Hello there, World of Tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the Tier 8 American Tech Tree Heavy, the T-32. This is by far one of the most underrated Tier 8s in the game. It's kind of an oldie, but it's been buffed in so many ways that I actually think it's an absolutely fantastic gem that a lot of people should start pulling out. If we were to take a look at the gun, it used to have the same penetration as the Tier 7 T-29, so 208 on the standard and 257 on the premium. It's not bad penetration, but now the T-32 sits at 229 on the standard and 278 on the premium. That means that you can easily butter through enemy opponents, Tier 9s, Tier 8s. Previously, 250 APCR pen, it's good, you know, it'll penetrate a lot of heavies at Tier 8 and Tier 7, but I wouldn't say against Tier 9. You know, if you're going up against an E75 or an M103, you're definitely going to struggle, and that was one of the big downsides of this tank. So the fact that it now features really good pen is fantastic. Add that into the fact that this tank has a decent top speed of 35 kilometers per hour, 10 degrees of gun depression with one of the best turrets in the game for hull down capabilities, and I really think the T-32 is just a fantastic Tier 8. But obviously, we're going to play some battles and showcase just what it's so good at. Now, not only does the T-32 have great hull down armor, great flat ground armor, but as well, the vehicle carries reactive armor, which means that you can have a lot of hit points. And it also, I'm not sure if I'm even running them, but yeah, you actually can see I am running them. It has sandbags, which means I can increase my hit points up to, well, 2,072, which is a lot. Alright, here we are, battle number 1. It took a very, very long time, but here we are. I don't know why I make videos so late. If I was smart, I would pre-record them like the day before, and then upload them on a schedule, but I'm doobles, and I'm too dumb for that. Alright, what do we have up against us? A T-29, and a VK-45, and a T-32. Okay, now you'll notice that the T-32 actually features a surprisingly good power to weight, although it's not that surprising when you do realize that this is on the same line as a vehicle like, you know, the T-110E5, so it's pretty average. It does at least reach its top speed though, and 35 is pretty good for the armor that this vehicle carries. One thing that is not good is its accuracy. I know, I just hit a really good shot in the move, but seriously, this tank's accuracy is really, really bad. You gotta aim, and well, I think that was a good example there of the gun's accuracy. Now we're just gonna chill here, and I don't know. I mean, we got the tiger poking. Boom! Oof, that shell did not go very close to where I wanted it to. Okay, well, my teammate is going to get a shell into the T-32. He actually bounces me. I thought he had shot. Oh, there's a lot of shells everywhere. All right. Oh, man. A lot of things are great about the T-32. As I said, though, the gun is unfortunately not one of them when it comes to accuracy. Now, the good news is that if you're playing it the correct way, you should be frontlining. And if you're using the armor specifically like this, where you're hiding your lower plate, this is where a vehicle like the T-32 becomes absolutely just a beast. So, again, unfortunately, my gun is kind of trolling me, and now we've got the enemy T-32 on my side. I'm actually surprised to see that guy get up that far, but we're going to aim in and get one very easy penetration into his tank, and again, we've got so much hit points at 2,072, I can take a pretty big beating and not really worry all too much. We're going to load in a premium shell just to make sure this pens, and there you go, finish off the enemy T-32. Alright, we're in a pretty good situation so far. We got the TVP off to the side. Let's aim in on him. Boom! Ho, gun bad. Alright, let's just put on our reactive so that we really aren't going to take much damage here. Oh, and we get a bounce anyway. You'll see the armor really is just super effective on this tank. Sure, it has its downsides, but the fact that its armor works so dang well and the fact that it's got so much mobility does make it great. So we got the T-29 off to the side. We also got the Semovente CC over here. Very easy penetration into his tank. We're gonna, well, we're in a pretty poor situation, I'm not gonna lie. We are in a situation where we have the enemy Semovente in front of me, which is, it's not a hard penetration, but more specifically, I don't want to deal with the T-29 behind me. But we are alive, and this guy, well, I mean, he doesn't really stand that much of a chance. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn towards the enemy T-29, And let's see if we can get some pens into him. Now, in a face hug, this is about the best situation I can be in when it comes to the T-32. Its turret actually has an incredibly strong hatch, and a lot of people don't realize that, but it's actually really dang strong in the hatch. I was hoping we could HE penetrate that. Unfortunately, we didn't. And we actually did get penetrated on the upper plate, but I would say we did a pretty good job overall. And it showcases the T-32 in general. I think we blocked 2,400 damage this game, which is a lot. I mean, we literally blocked more than our total hit points. And I didn't really need to rush the T-29. I did. T-29, as you'll see, had enough gun depression to hit me right in that little slit below my turret, but overall, a pretty good battle. You can see that there are obviously downsides to this tank. The gun's accuracy is the biggie. It misses a lot of shells, but 2,400 block, 2,700 dealt. I'd say that's a pretty good result for our first battle in the T-32, and it really shows where the vehicle is just an absolute brute in the front line. The fact that I can just push, lose hit points, and still not care, shrug it off, really is amazing. Alright, Battle 2. This time we are up against Tier 9s. There's a lot of times when I will do a video and there's like, well, you didn't play Tier 9s in your tank, so it's actually not as good as you think. So here we are in a Tier 9 battle. Alright, I'll stop. Alright, let's make our way up the hill. We have a Jagdtiger, Tortoise, and an ISU-152. Now, I was actually doing a stream on the Concept 1B earlier today, and the main problem I have with the Concept right now in this current meta is the fact that it really doesn't do well aggressive. You rely on your teammates when you're using the Concept aggressive to kind of support you, and when driving this tank, you don't, because of the fact that this tank sacrifices nothing. All it does is sacrifice a gun, really. It's kind of the opposite of a Concept 1B, where the Concept sacrifices everything for haul-down capabilities and a really good gun. This tank is the opposite. It sacrifices nothing, all so that it can have good armor and everything apart from this, which is an accurate gun. I mean, I think it's .362 or something dispersion, which is like the same as, you know, an E100 or similar, which is pretty bad when you think about it. But I mean, you can just watch me. I'm just going to keep on pushing, and I don't care. I can miss shell after shell after shell, but it doesn't really matter because we can just keep on going. So the T-49 is running. Goodbye, 49, but I'm going to slap you. Aiming, and boop. Wow, we actually hit that. Did you watch that shell? It like bopped into the guy even though I wasn't just really aiming at him correctly, but boop, there you go. Nice shot into the ISU. We're already up to just about 1,000 damage dealt, which is pretty good, I gotta be real. As you can see again, the T-32 is just doing its job. We got the M30 off to the side, and thank you for 299 damage. Alright, well, if you want me to shoot you, I will. It looks like he doesn't actually have the gun depression in his current position to do all too much to me. So we'll get one more pen into that guy. We do get hit by the 704, but doesn't really matter all too much. This is, again, just a super easy game to win. And it shows you specifically why you should never, ever go down on Middleburg. But, yeah, pretty good game so far. Let's just push towards the 704. Hello, comrade. How are you doing? I've got my damage sucker away, and, boom. Oh, yeah. I got you, object. I got you, bro. All right, let's go for another shell into the 704. Another thing about the T-32 is it's actually quite heavy, which means that you can quite easily push people. I mean, look at the 704. I'm literally pushing him into the wall. Man cannot hit me. I really like the T-32. It's just a super fun tank, and it's a super underrated vehicle. I would definitely say that out of all the Tier 8s in the game right now, the fact that it's able to just push and not care makes it so strong in the current meta, because the meta right now is DPM, autoloaders, and this tank just doesn't care with reactive armor, the DPM, the penetration. Overall, we did 2,500 again. I mean, that's a pretty good chunk for the game that we played, and the gun definitely worked better this battle. I'll be honest, the gun was definitely really trolling RNG last game, but overall, I really like the tank, and let me know if you like it in the comments down below. What I will say is don't judge a book by its cover. The T-32 may be an oldie, but it is still an absolutely golden tank. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.